everyone, I am here with your weekly Astro report for the week of May 7th to the 13th of 2018. As always, if you would like your own astrology chart, you can go to the links below to my Etsy shop to order one. Otherwise, let's get on with the astrology for the week. So headlines are we have a quarter moon coming up on Monday. It is in the sign of Aquarius, which is squaring the sun in Taurus. So whenever we have a quarter moon, there's some tensions there that come up. It's a time where the moon is now waning. It's going from full to new. So it's a time for letting go and releasing things. So when this quarter moon is asking us, what are the things that we need to release and let go? Are there any stresses between what we think we should be doing and what we are actually doing? And how can we adjust our time? Especially Aquarius is all about innovation and thoughts, and it's about doing something different, whereas Taurus is about convention, and it's also about what we have and what we own and structures. So if there's any tensions between trying to break free of any molds or any expectations of us, this is when they are going to come up. So be aware for that on Monday. We also have Mercury moving into the sign of Taurus on Sunday the 13th. Mercury in Taurus, let's quickly go through the astrology cards, is about resistance. So we have resistance here. We have the bull, which represents stubbornness and Taurus. But then we also have this parrot here. And I'm not sure what kind of tree this is. But I think sometimes when Mercury's in Taurus, we are more stubborn in the way that we talk to people. We are more resistant to new ideas, more likely to just be like, no, this is what I think and this is where I stand. And while sometimes we do need to put to draw a line in the sand, put our foot down, so to speak, there are times where we need to be more open as well. So that's something that we really need to watch for. Taurus, though, does not usually react in anger. Taurus and Mercury is more likely to think about things rather than just rushing into things. So be more measured, be more careful with what you're saying, but don't be like so cautious that you don't say what needs to be said. So that's something for Mercury in Taurus. And I think that's it for the headlines. We do have Vesta going into retrograde on May 8th. She's slowed down. She is sitting at 4 degrees of Capricorn. So Vesta's about devotion. It's about what we're devoted to. It's about our spirituality. And so she's slowing down and asking us to go back over some of our spiritual ideas, asking us about the structures we've put into our day-to-day life, because she's in Capricorn, for our spirituality, for routines, and she's asking us to take a look back and see, has what we've been doing been working, or do we need to do it differently? Do we need to restructure it as something else? So those are the headlines for this week. Let's go with day-to-day. Monday, we start off the week with the moon in Aquarius, which makes us definitely very innovative. We want to try new things, do new stuff. It's good if you work with computers or new technology or in the sciences. It's a very forward-thinking sign, so Monday will be a good day for that. But it's asking us to try new things. Don't be afraid to kind of break out of molds on Monday. We also have Mercury squaring Pluto on Monday as well. So this is a good time for us to investigate things, to look at what's beneath the surface of being said. But there is also a danger that we might read more into things than there is, or be suspicious when we don't really have a need to be. So watch for that on Monday. We also have Venus squaring Neptune on Monday as well. So there's a danger with Venus square Neptune that we might be putting on rose-colored glasses, so to speak, or seeing what we want in others and letting others fool us or trick us, or we may, be susceptible to other people's illusions. So if you hear anything on Monday that kind of startles you or shocks you, don't take it with a grain of salt. You don't have all the information yet. And if something doesn't feel quite right, it probably isn't. It is a good day, though, for anything that has to do with the arts, and especially anything that has to do with water. So if you're involved in swimming, if you're involved in photography, if you are involved in dance or anything, this is a good day for those things. Monday as well, we have Juno squaring Vesta, and that's both Monday and Tuesday. So Juno's about our partnerships. So we may have some tensions between what we would like to do, what we're devoted to, as opposed to what our partner wants to do. So there may be some conflict, and you may have to compromise between, maybe you want to do something and they want to do something else with you. You may have to have some kind of talks and compromise about what your agendas are, what you want to do for the week. On Tuesday, we have the at 9:29 p.m. there is a void moon, and then the moon moves into Pisces at 10:11 p.m. So we spend again most of the day in the sign of Aquarius. The sun is opposite of Jupiter that day. We may bite off more than we can chew, take on too much, feel overwhelmed with things on Tuesday. We have Mercury sextiling Athena that day. So it is a good time to put some strategies into place. So if you find that you're feeling overwhelmed, that you've taken on too much, you might have to step back and say, how can I strategize better? Can I ask for help? Do I need to drop something? So it may help us to realize, how much we have on our plate at the moment. On Tuesday as well is when Vesta goes into retrograde. So it's really asking us to take a look at everything that we have going on and seeing how we can readjust things on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have the moon in Pisces. Pisces is it's a water sign. It is a mutable water sign, so it is very dreamy. It's not about structure and order. It's about going with the flow, sometimes too much, but it's all about going with the flow and honoring our dreams and our spirituality, our intuition, our emotions. So it definitely looks like Monday, Tuesday are the days to kind of get things done this week, and then Wednesday is more a day to go with the flow. Let's see if there's anything else going on Wednesday. We don't have any other aspects going on Wednesday. Thursday, same thing. We have moon all day in Thursday, or moon all day in Pisces on Thursday. Go with the flow. Not a time for kind of trying to be too rigid with things or trying to impose too much structure on those days. Again, no other aspects on those. Pretty quiet on Thursday. Friday, the moon goes void at 4:02 a.m. and then moves into Aries at 7:40 a.m. And just a reminder, this is all in Central Time, so please adjust for your time zone. So 7:40 a.m. on Friday, moon moves into Aries, which is a more feisty sign. It's a fire sign. It's a cardinal sign. So we want to get stuff done, but we rush into things, and we might be a little too aggressive with things, but it is good for starting projects, especially short-term ones, that's for sure. So that's Friday. Friday, we also have the sun trining Jupiter, so it is an opportunity for us to expand ourselves. It's an opportunity to do some new things. We may get a lucky break on Friday. So if you're invited to do something new Friday, you should go do that. Saturday, moon remains in Aries. Again, a lot of feisty energy going on. We have Mercury squaring Mars, so watch your words on Saturday. The Mercury is still in Aries at that point. So people might be a little more harsh than they need to be. So if somebody says something that really gets you, ask them, like, did you mean to say that? There's people more likely to use cutting words, and they may not always realize it. And the same thing for yourself. You may say things that you don't realize hurt another person. So make sure you're, thinking about your words before you say them. But people, there might be more sort of like anger going on Saturday. And I think that is it for Saturday. Sunday, we have a void moon at 1:05 p.m. and then the moon moves into Taurus at 1:15 p.m. So we also have Mercury moving into Taurus. So unlike the fiery energy of Friday and Saturday, Sunday afternoons things switch into sort of a more relaxed state, a little quieter, a little calmer. We have, like I said, Mercury moving into Taurus that day. And we have Mercury has a conjunction with Uranus on the 13th as well, just before it moves into the sign of Taurus. Because Uranus is sitting at 29 degrees of Aries, just about to get ready to move into the sign of Taurus. So when Mercury makes a final aspect, we also might hear some really unusual news or something that shocks and surprises us as well. So that's what I'm seeing for the week. A busier week than last week. It really looks like Monday, Tuesday, good day to kind of get things done. Wednesday, Thursday, go with the flow. Friday, Saturday are going to be busy and fiery, and then we sort of calm down again on Sunday. And that is the general sort of energy flow that I'm seeing for the week. If you have any questions or comments, please put in the comments below. I do love seeing all the comments. I try to get back to everybody that comments. It's just so nice to know there's people out there watching. It's really weird to sit and talk to a camera And then, you know, there's people commenting, and it's just so nice to know, and I think it's great, and I really love hearing from everybody. So thank you so much. Like and subscribe.